Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.
Hello and welcome to Nirmal, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Hiral Daria. We have with us Kunal Shah, head of Commodities Research, joining in. Kunal, overall, let's start with the dollar index. Clearly, if you go to see, the dollar hit its highest level against a basket of currencies, and this is since the 21st of April. And a rally has been extended from there on. How do you see it moving?
Okay, so yesterday night we've seen before the statement by Janet Yellen, the dollar index was briefly down, and suddenly after the statement by Janet Yellen, we saw a spurt in dollar index and we saw some correction in commodities. But the fact remains is that Janet Yellen is no longer the Fed chairman; it's Jeremy Powell. But getting statement from the previous Fed chairman that the economy is overheating and the interest rate or the QE, which must stop. That statement are the major reason behind the strength in dollar index. I don't think so that they will immediately stop QE or they will immediately unwind the QE. Forget about the rate hike. Rate hike is too distant. There is no point in talking about rate hike at this juncture right now. So my sense is that 9150 maximum upside in dollar index. I'll stick to my view, and on the downside, it can test 91.
Right, so that's with regards to where the dollar index is concerned. Now, simultaneously, if you see in terms of gold and silver, today gold has traded higher. Do you think it will see hiccups or resistance in between, or the rally will be smooth sailing on the upside?
I think there will be resistance after what we saw yesterday. Immediately, gold price is corrected. So now you have to understand that whenever there is a talk of curbing the liquidity or cutting back the stimulus, at that time, what basically happens at that time, dollar index strengthens because the risk aversion may come in. So if there is this cheap money going out of the market, then the stocks, then the commodities, the dollar index will strengthen and everything will go down. But this has not come from Fed chairman. This has come from the ex-Fed chairman. So hence, I would say another 200 rupees correction is possible. Still not very bearish, and still not expecting it to crash or free fall. Same view with the silver. Another 300, 400 rupees down. Already 1000 rupees down. It is right now. So from here, another 200, 300 rupees down. So for intraday, if you want to sell for 150, 200 rupees downside in gold or 3, 400 rupees downside in silver, that you can do. But I would recommend to square off your position once it goes down. And I'm still not bearish.
Okay. And overall, if you see in terms of gold again, any intraday levels that you would want to give with the stop loss, there's a question coming in on that level side.
Okay, yeah. Chinmay is asking this question. Chinmay, for gold, I would recommend, if you go short, you may see levels of 46, 700, cover your short position there. And if you really want to initiate position, I would recommend around 46,650 or 600 are the way you should go long. And you can see again levels of 47,050, 47,100.
Right. And Kunal, there is a question coming in with regards a broad view for bullion for the next 7 to 10 days from Piyush Goyal.
Yeah, Piyush, I'm bullish. I'm still not bearish because this is not something, this is one statement by one ex-Fed chairman cannot rattle the entire market. So this has led to some bit of profit taking in gold, but I'm not bearish. I would say the level which I mentioned, 200, 300 rupees down from here. See, I'm not a technical analyst. So a lot of people ask me technical levels. So I don't look at levels. I just uh, I know the pricing pattern and I have my view. So I try to give the view on. So don't go on my levels. So a lot of people ask me levels, but I'm not a level specialist. That is the job of my technical team.
Hmm.
So my rough understanding, which I share with you guys, another 200, 300 rupees down from here, and I think you should buy. So I'm not bearish on gold and silver.
Right. And another question is from Aditya Kunal on gold, where Aditya is saying that he's not an all-time trader. So he wants to know what should one do when there is a sudden profit taking in bullion like we saw yesterday. What should one do in such a scenario?
Yeah, so if you are not leveraged, so what I clearly mean is if your appetite is not of 10 lots and then too you bought 10 lots of gold and this kind of news comes, then 100% you should exit 5 or 6 lots immediately, because you don't know, it can lead to these markets internationally are run by artificial intelligence. So the algorithms will really, one level is breached, it will go to another level. So you don't know. So when you are leveraged, then you should definitely square off. But when you are not leveraged, you are just having your capacities to hold 10 lots and you just bought one lot, then you should not worry about this 300, 400 rupees fall or 500, 600 rupees fall. It will again bounce back once. If there is a structural change in view, if I am thinking that gold trend is now bearish, then is the time you should exit from the market. Otherwise, if you are not leveraged, you should hold on.
Right, so that's the word coming in with regards to gold as well. Moving on, Kunal, crude, if you go to see, that jumped because we saw a drop coming in with regards to where US stockpiles were concerned. Do you think this is something which could continue?
Yes, so I think crude prices can go down, provided only there is only one in today's inventory. It is already priced in. Okay, so I'm not saying that it will really crash, but I think it can go down till 49.50, 49.70 max. And I had a view that it should go down. It did not go down, so no aggressive view in crude. But I have my aggressive view coming in metals. So I was reading the article yesterday night regarding the Joe Biden's plan. So what the US new president is trying to do, he is promising everyone that he will bring down the pollution level to 2005 levels by 2030. So more and more cleaner environment is something which is being promised by Mr. Joe Biden. So from here, what we are going to see is the consumption of metals like copper, aluminum is going to rise exponentially, because when you talk about cleaner environment, that is basically the word clean environment will ask for a lot of copper. Consumption of copper is going to shoot up, and that's the reason at any level the correction is not coming. Still now, so far, there is the mine strike which was going on in South America, that is also continuing. The mine which are closed on account of the COVID problems, that is also continuing. So lesser production, cleaner energy appeal into copper. And now, so I think another 5-8 rupees jump in copper is very much likely. I'm bullish on lead also. This metal has been major underperformer. So 175 is the level where one should go long in lead and expect it to test levels of 178 to 178.50. And similar view with the nickel, we gave BTST and I think 1340 is very much on the cards for nickel.
Right. In fact, Kunal, one question I want to take with you in terms of base metals is that today's session, in spite of the Chinese markets being shut, you had, a good participation that did come in on base metals. Volumes have been really high on the LME as well. What's the reason for that?
Yeah, so liquidity is playing its own role, but apart from that, like I mentioned, the appeal for the base metals and the demand outlook for the base metals is looking very bright on account of what is happening in US, Europe, Japan. Each and every nation is pledging that they want cleaner technology, the cleaner environment, and that is basically going to lead to consumption of these base metals, higher consumption of these base metals, and this is something which is driving metal prices. So this is all futuristic outlook, but right now it does has its impact. So this is something which is driving base metal complex right now.
Right. And Kunal, any view coming in terms of natural gas? That's a question coming in.
No, sorry, no view on natural gas.
Right. I think we've answered all the questions as well. And one last one. What's the call for the day if you put your money today?
Uh, very good question. I think it will be copper. Copper looks good to me. Everyone is scared to buy, but it will continue to surprise on the upside, and it can test levels of 74, 75.
Right. So that's with regards to where today's call is concerned. Thank you, participants, and thank you, Kunal, for joining in as well.
My pleasure.